Hi guys, welcome back to my little channel on YouTube. Today I want to talk about some things that I have been working on this past year to really elevate my lifestyle and be less distracted with like male energy. I really wanted to go find my way back to myself and feel more empowered and just upgrade my lifestyle. So here are like little projects that I worked on this past year. The first one is my wardrobe. So I donated a lot of my old clothes, like the low to medium quality, to a nonprofit organization, and then I resold like the higher quality ones on Depop to get some profit back. And then I used that cash to buy newer clothes that really reflect my current style. And this process is not new to me. I'm a practicing minimalist, so I tend to do this every 6 months, or like when the seasons change. But this year, the one major change that I made is to make sure that I am switching my clothes to natural fibers like cotton, linen, wool, and cashmere. So I've done a lot of research on like where to buy these things and like how to look at like the material made up or the little tags that come with it, and learn how to take care of my clothes so that they last me a long time. So that's one thing that I did. I also started using Pinterest a lot more to discover my style and what fits my physique the most, and like cuts and materials and stuff like that. And also relating to like fashion and beauty is that I also started to learn how to do my own makeup. I've always been like a low maintenance girly. I never really paid attention to like my hair, my makeup, my nails. But this year, I was traveling so much and have been posting a lot on social media. So I really wanted to look my best. And yeah, I started learning how to do my makeup. I usually watch like TikTok videos, especially like reviews on makeup products, because I wanted to make sure that I'm getting the best one out there, the ones that are clean, the ones that are like non-toxic. So that has been a huge game changer, I guess, in terms of like my confidence this year, is like learning how to make myself look presentable and like really trying to display that like female focused power, right? So that's one thing. That's in terms of like fashion and beauty. Another thing that I did this year is to become more obsessed with wealth and finance. So when I started watching self-help videos last year, my algorithm started showing me like finance content creators, and then started like clicking on them, like the clickbaity ones, like how to get rich in like 6 months, like things you can do to like build wealth. And I started to learn more about finance, and ever since then I've been slowly making progress in terms of like how I can make the most out of my money, especially like credit card use, and like how I can use points for traveling, and like little hacks like that to like really optimize my finances, how to like do budgeting and stuff like that. So things that I haven't really paid attention to before, I'm starting to learn now to make sure that that you're not just elevating your fashion and beauty, you're also becoming more educated with your finances and you're in control of your money. So I guess the things that I did actually this year is I created a brokerage account, and I started investing money into the stock market. I also became more consistent with my monthly bills in terms of like tracking where my money goes. I started to create a spreadsheet every month, and I really like do like checklists and stuff like that to make sure that I know where my money is going. So that's everything finance, pretty short and simple. I'm still learning, so there's not a lot that I can share. The next one is project like fitness and health goals. So this year I really started to focus on like plant-based meals. I have been trying to go have a consistent workout routine. I just could never find one that fits my schedule and like makes it fun for me. In the beginning of this year, I was really consistently doing Pilates, and I noticed a lot of difference in my body, but it's just not getting me to where I want to be in terms of like the appearance or the look that I want. And so now that we're back in like September, October, I joined a gym membership here in my new house, near my new house, and that has actually helped me a lot in terms of like learning to become more confident in the gym, because that's something that I've been so intimidated by, is like having to use machines in front of veterans, and it just scares me so much. But I have been going consistently now for about a month, and I've seen so much progress in terms of like also my confidence and just feeling like mentally strong, and really starting to build that discipline of taking care of my health. And it's not just about the appearance, you know, the aesthetics of it, obviously, but it's also feeling strong and like really trying to mitigate some of the damages that you kind of occur over time as you're growing. Like I work a 9 to 5 job in the office, and I sit down for long hour like periods of time, and like working out has helped me feel like build muscles and feel stronger, and like really avoid any long-term injuries and stuff. The way that I did this year is that first I started doing like home workouts. So I did Pilates like once a week in the beginning of this year, and then I kind of like stopped my membership because it was just getting a lot, like lots of money, so expensive. And then I moved on to like more lower maintenance, so like I would do like home workouts, Pilates on YouTube, and then I'll also go for a run on the weekends, and that's how I build my resistance, so that I'm not less intimidated, or like I don't feel like I'm new to like going into a membership or into a gym. So I really prepped my body, and then as soon as like my body started craving the sweat and started to feel like I feel strong and I'm where I want to be, and I need something like heavier, then I joined that gym and I started doing strength training, and that's how I kind of got here. Still very, very new, I'm a beginner, but I really do want to build a consistent routine around the gym, because I've noticed so much difference in terms of like, yeah, my mental health and also my confidence. So very, very helpful. Another thing that I did is focusing on like little hobbies, like project hobbies. I wanted to have fun this year, and like as I'm working my 9 to 5, just not feeling burnt out. To avoid feeling burnt out, I planned a lot of trips and just things that I know that I wanted to do at this age, at this point in my life, and I was able to do most of them, and I'm really happy and I'm really glad, and I'm feeling very blessed and grateful. So these are just like tips that I kind of followed as I was starting. So first I kind of like started watching content creators that are based in my city, and then based on their reviews, so like which restaurants are like booming, and like which restaurants are or coffee or matcha places that are very popular now, I'll go there, and then I start to meet new people, and it's just so much fun. Like the girl community here is like so fun and entertaining, and everybody uplifts each other, so I really like it. And then also, like when I was doing Pilates in the beginning of this year, I met some people too, and you get introduced into this whole community of like people trying to become better, people who are trying to get the most out of, I guess, like have direction or like have discipline in their life, and it's just motivating to see that. Another thing is you can join like clubs, like running clubs, tennis clubs. I haven't really touched that because I'm just not like a runner, or I'm not a consistent tennis player. Like I play whenever I want to, and that's like 5 times a year. But, you know, there's many clubs that you can join around your community. You just have to look for them and find the right group for you. Lastly, the last project that I worked on this year is trying to increase or expand my education. So the way that I did this in the beginning to like really prep is to learn languages. Like languages is something that interests me so much. Like I want to be the type of person that can speak like multiple languages, and it's taken me a long time to learn one language. Like I took 2 years of Italian, or 1 year in college, and I know like the basics of the language, but I can't really speak it. I can understand like beginner like intermediate language, but Italian, but I can't speak it. So my main focus this year is to like really elevate or really learn how to speak Italian, and then if I'm like feeling bored with Italian, then I'll switch to a different language. So I'm learning German as well. So I bought Italian and German books from Barnes and Noble, and that's how I kind of like task switch, and how I can get the most out of like learning or expanding my language capabilities. Another thing that I did is that like the same thing. It's like books, and this year I think I've read 3 books. I read the 48 Laws of Power. Either that was last year or this year. I can't remember, but I try to read books as much as I can. I'm very busy and I do a lot of other things in between. I traveled so much this year, so like I can only really read like 3 to 4 books per year, but that's okay because I'm not a huge reader anyway. I just try to find books that I know will motivate me and make myself feel empowered, and learn how to like navigate life, and like learn from powerful people. Like autobiographies are very important, entertaining as well. And then also like the last thing I guess is that I am trying to go back to school. My 9 to 5 job is pretty stable. I like it. It's not too stressful, but it's also not too light, and I feel like it's the right amount of like stimulation that I need on a day-to-day. I feel like if I was retired now, I'd be very, very bored, just because like I need something to hold me down, like a structure. I need a routine. And so while I'm working my 9 to 5 job right now, I'm also working on my grad applications. I'm also doing some research, internships and stuff like that. Research in order to get my experience. So my 9 to 5 job is actually like clinical focused. So that's how I'm getting my experience, my clinical experience. And then on the side, since I have 3 days off, I only work 4 days a week. I spend the other half of my week just really trying to get more research experience, and that's how I've been trying to make the most out of my time. And I know it's like not really an obligation, like I don't have to, but that's the hardest part. I think it's like the same thing with entrepreneurship. Like when you don't have a boss telling you what to do, it's really hard to get things done. But when you have the entrepreneurship mindset, like it's not about having someone to tell you what to do. It's you yourself building the discipline to do the things that you don't want to do. And so that's something that I've been trying to really lock in. That's my main goal for next year, is like to really go back to school. But yeah, that's everything that I have worked on, like little projects in my life that I've worked on this year that really kind of helped me get over like relationships, get over the fact that like I have insecurities and everybody else does too, but the most important part is like I'm doing something about it. I'm not just sitting around crying over myself, telling myself that I'm a failure, telling myself that I'm this and that. Like I don't want to fall behind even more when I have these insecurities. So instead of like being sad about it, I'm doing things. I'm taking actions and I'm having fun with it. And that's really like a lesson that I've learned this year, is that like if nobody else wants to do it with you, do it on your own and make it fun for yourself. And somehow it'll inspire other people too around your life, and that's really, really important. Anyway, that's everything that I have to say. My storage is getting really low, but I hope you guys have a great holiday season. I'll be more consistent with like shorts and YouTube videos, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.